Hello and welcome to Hellraiser's Fallout 4 Shelter. I'm Hellraiser. I have been working on re-roofing Sanctuary for a long time until I could get them to look exactly like this. No mods. Let's get started with what we have and then what we end up with. Here's the barn warehouse roofs in good shape. Glass roof does not stop rain. Then we have the roofs with holes in them, damage, and roofs like this do not stop the rain or you from falling through. But then I figured out a way to repair the roofs but still have damaged roofs, but no rain falling through. Basically new roofs added to our build menu. Plus with these new roofs came new walls. And this is what the walls look like. With the sheet metal, the wood, barn, and you got the glass. And when you put all three types together, the glass walls are made a little bit different. The overhang isn't as thick as the steel and wood walls. I play and build on a PS4, so no console commands. All the way to the right, no creation club. All the way to the left, no mods. Alright, here we go. I'll start by grabbing the first tallest scaffolding frame here. Put that over there. And go into warehouse. Get my glass walls. After showing how to build these new roofs, I'll show you how to add and adjust ceilings for these new roof assemblies. What we need is these first four walls to be put into a certain position. So to do that, I'm going to put these four walls in this position. And snap them into the correct location. If you found this helpful and useful, please help me reach some more people by hitting that like button and sharing it. And if you guys have any questions or want to tell me what you think about these, let me know in the comments section. At this point, these four walls are no longer needed and can be removed, scrapped, or stored. Doesn't matter. I'm going to grab this guy, shove him up here, and this is what we want. And grab this guy and do this. Now here we need to use precision control. We got to use on the PlayStation, press and hold X to group select, then you let go of X, then press and hold X again, and then press and hold L1 and move the left stick up and down. Will be completely accurately up and down. As long as you don't move, just stand still and pull it down right to about here, and that's it. If you make a mistake, see no red. If you make a mistake, it's so easy to fix, you don't have to rebuild or do anything. Now this is an example with the glass walls. First way I started doing this was with dropping the roofs down into the other roofs. So I'm showing you this both ways, just in case you're more comfortable with doing the roofs, dropping the roofs into each other, or maybe you're more comfortable with dropping the walls. I've given you two options here. If you're on Xbox, I would believe you would be pressing and holding A to group select, then let go of A, then press and hold A, and then press and hold LB, left bumper. And then don't move, but just move your left stick up and down. I think those buttons are the same and the same functions. Sorry if I'm wrong. So here, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to drop the roofs down and basically line up the two pieces of plywood with each other with the roofing materials on. So you could do it either way. You don't have to stand in front. You can come over here with precision controls. You can drop this straight down. I could see everything, all kinds of different angles, and I'm really close. So I could possibly drop this right on the money on the first time. And as you see the green glow sticking up, there's going to be a little line across the roof all the time. Because if you notice, the roofing material curves up before it curves down and over the side. Always causing a little tiny line down your roofs. But see, in case you make a mistake, you're like, oh my god, what do I do? Well, see, everything's perfectly lined up, as long as you don't move left or right or go like this. But now everything's here, you just group select. Now you can guesstimate your adjustment here and see what happens. I only have to do adjustments on one side. Once I've got one side perfectly, I'll be able to go to the other side and just snap it once. On this big flat pad here, what happens on one side of this when I'm building is going to be the same on the other because it's big, it's flat, and it's even. So everything will be equal. It's a big part of building everything here. I'm going to show you today. So if you're happy with that, sticking up just barely a little here, and you just come over here and boom, this is identical to that side. And you don't have to get these absolutely perfect. You can get them very, very close that, that's good enough. It'll be fine. Nothing will show up. You won't have any building issues. Everything will snap together just fine. But if you want to go to making everything perfectly this and that, knock yourself out. It won't really matter. Now here, I'll just do it with the glass walls real quick. You're doing this thing. And I put it down here and oops. I hit the button and then I walked over here and oops. I hit another button. How am I going to fix this? Simple. As you see, every time I'm messing with it, there's no red. So this, you just kind of guess where to go. Give it a shot. Check it out. Still too high. Make one more adjustment. As you start getting down to making adjustments like 1 or 2 millimeters, it gets difficult. So, you don't, that's why I'm saying you don't have to fight for perfectly flat and smooth. I do it with the glass walls because it's the most accurate to see exactly how everything is. So if you're happy with what I just did over there, then you just walk over here, click it. There you go. Snap it on. That's it. This is all we need to build today with all the precision to get these roofs started. That's it. You spend the time to do this right, make it nice. All the roofs you make off of this will be exactly the same. And if you made it perfect, the roofs will be perfect. So I'll show you here. Yeah, I'm going to grab this side. Swing it on over here. And set it right there. Just stick it in the bushes. And pick it back up. See, as long as the piece I'm grabbing is on this flat pad, it's one height. Everything I build will be the same height. It's basically, this pad is starting from 0. So if I place more stuff, it's all going to be the same height. So I'll start by, so here we are building the roof now. This is going to be really easy. Alright. Sorry guys, this is my first video in 2 years. New computer now, new editing tools. So I'm working with this and trying to give you guys a really great video. And yeah, sorry if the video sucks. Finish this up. Now you just snap them in here. Look at this. Look at this. Never seen a roof like this before. See, there again, I'm showing you. There's that roof. How like the material rolls off the edge. It's making that line. It's this roll right here. You can see right at the very tip. It rolls up and then curves down. So you can adjust this up and down. You're not getting rid of that line. And it's, after all these years, I'm fine with that. Come over here. And I should have placed the silver roofs. Let me grab these real quick. So you can make whatever roofs you want. You want to do the sheet metal, the black tar paper, or the glass roofs. You just snap them all on here. All these houses are pretty much 5 roofs or more. They're pretty much, if you want to do just a roof with no hip, it will be 5 1/4 roofs to cover a roof. Yes, I will show you how to extend a roof. It is so easy and crazy looking at the same time. We'll be there in a minute. So, here's your roofs. This is what they look like. You can kind of see a little bit of a line going across there, but it's nice. Now I'm just going to remove these pieces. And if you're in a hurry and you do something like that, don't trip out. Just leave that guy there. Easily fixed. Pull it out. It's just so awesome. This thing is so easy to use, and if you mess up, it's so easy to fix. This is an open gable. If that's all you wanted, then it's ready to go. But if you want a closed gable roof, then we need to go add some walls. Let's go add some walls. I had some health issues I had to deal with, so that's why I had a little break there for a couple years. But definitely we'll be back here to put something out at least once a month at first, until we can get up to twice a month, and hopefully once a week, all during the middle of the week for you. It wasn't until December 2025 I got to test and push the ghost clipping glitch, and found a lot of things and other places that this works at, and a side effect, but I'll get to that later in another video. Because of the walls being at different heights, these walls could either go right into place where we want them to, which is right there, or sometimes they like to go down. And as you see how to fix that, if they go down right off the bat, try the either, I do this push-pull, where I'm moving forward or backwards. And if that's not working, as you see the up and down, I do this up or look down. Sometimes look up or look down does it, and push and pull doesn't. As you see now, push and pull is not doing it. It's pretty much to do with the way I'm looking at it and where I'm standing. But to fix it, do walk forward or walk back doing the push, pull, or just look up and down and it'll go in place. This is the first time I've ever seen these like this. And I think it has to do with that roof piece up there fighting. We got a wall fighting to snap to this wall and that wall. As you see, they're laid out straight now, but it's doing this glitchiness. That's not common. Just because I'm doing a video, it's the first time. It is. First time I've ever seen that. I can show you every house, so that was just weird. So, post down here. And over there. Up. Yeah. Why did that? Pull it down. Try again. So we got a wall. We can put one on the other side down too. But now we're going to get the part where you want to put a ceiling in here, which is putting a floor. Floor will only snap to these pieces here and not the end pieces. But now you got a piece in here, now you can floor it with whatever pieces you want. And you can also, if you want, slap in the Vault-Tec floors for different ceiling. Now notice they do hang down more. They're thicker. They do look pretty nice in the house. As I like to build the perimeter of the roof with the half or quarter size wood floors, and do that all the way around the edge, and then fill in the middle with the Vault-Tec floors. So I could have a white ceiling in the house and then have wood overhang on the outside. So you can actually have a balance of both. You can have a white ceiling in the house and have wood overhangs, which looks, just looks more like it should be, maybe, I guess. Finish the floor and put another wall on the other end, and you're good to go to put this roof on a house if you want. Now, if you want a better fitting, a custom fit, this is how I extend them. This is just a little something. I'm just showing you with the glass roof. You can see the roof in 4 panels. A quarter, a half, 3/4, and then 4/4, which is a full panel. Quarter extension is really good. I use it on everything. It's perfect amount for extending these roofs, or extending these roofs for hips, and also extending hips. All a quarter roof size. And of course, here's what a half is, which is pretty much too much. You won't really need that much of a splice or section. But might also be a choice for completely covering these roofs end to end. This is how I extend them. Grab in here, set the floor back down, make sure it's nice, flat and level here. And that's perfect. We are on 0. Center right there. I said everything I set on here will be the same height. I got floor pieces missing out of the other roof to the right. But I got floor pieces here. I don't need all these. I just need one, but this is so wide and this pad's not that wide. I just kept them on there. Now you see the size of these things. This is going to be crazy, guys. Hold on, this has been a long video. We need to take a Brahmin break here. Go get something to eat, do a bathroom. Okay, hopefully that was enough time. Let's get back to this. Alright, so this is going to be crazy. I know this is going to be mind-blowing. People are going to be like, no way. You see what I'm doing? I just group selected on the roof. And I'm going to shove this baby in here. Like that. All green. How do you make these straight? Well, I'm looking at the breakthrough image. The black roof is breaking through the glowing image. And that'll show me if I'm crooked or straight. Either I have straight lines when I'm coming through it, or it'll be all crookedy. And right here, I'm also lining it up by looking at both the images. I can see the silver roof right now, so that's too far. I need to push it back so I just see the black roof. Because the image of the black roof and the image of the silver roof are paper thin. So you're trying to split hairs with something that's paper thin. Unless you make the roof smaller, which I'll show you that. So right, even though I got that green glow there, and I don't see the silver roof. Now I do. I see the ribs. And this is like a 1/3 extension. 1/4 extension would be that first rib all the way to the left. And the edge to the first rib on the left would be 1/4-ish. And I'm just locking it in right there. As you can see, this side I got a black roof. And on this side I got the silver roofs. See nothing. It's pretty much flawless. But if I had a black roof over here, you possibly might have seen the silver roof I inserted. But I could fix that by making the roof that I insert a little bit smaller. And you see I'm using all roofs that don't have the built-in supports for rafters and all that. They will cause problems. So I just go without it. If I'm inserting something, a roof into another roof, and I do want rafters, well, the roof that I'm inserting into the other roof will have the rafters, especially if you want that. There's not going to be a ceiling. So this will be a perfect example. There's the roofs with the holes. It's pretty cool. I like the damage, but rain goes through there and everything else. So I figured out, maybe I'll repair them. I like the damaged roofs, but I don't like rain coming through them. Looks cool. Of course, I don't have to fix all of them. I could leave a hole. So what I'm going to do to make this roof smaller is get rid of these pieces. Come over here and get rid of these. Detach this. Alright, so what I'm going to do is pull this assembly towards me. If you look to the right on the floor, at the corner of the floor and pull it towards me, there's a piece of tile there with little circles on it. And you see I'm only going to be pulling it. That's what I'm using for gauging right now. It turned red because I was too close. That's all. And do this again. I'm just going to pull it like maybe an inch. So this roof is going to be about an inch smaller altogether than the other roof I'm going to put it into. Which gives me a little bit of slop. So I'll be able to use the black roof to fill in the holes and not have the black roof sticking through one side or the other unless I twist it crooked, which makes a unique ripped look to the roof. This is something you can think about. You'll see it when I'm putting these together. When I pulled it forward, I start adding these pieces, and then I get rid of these pieces because they were the way it used to be, and we don't want that. They'll make everything difficult. Just get them out of here. Now, if you look right here, you'll see that these two roofs lined up together side by side or got an overlap. Now there's going to be a fight with this piece wanting to connect to that roof or this roof. That one or this one. You want it forward. Connected to the roof I'm almost standing on. Saying it wants to snap to the other roof across from it. So now I build down here. All this, these are set right now to make a smaller roof. I gotta get this guy over here. Alright, got that in there. I see it went right in there. It's in line with this. Check your lines. Is it the same? Yep. Next. Grab this guy. As you see, there's a little fight going on here. So remember that. Bang. That's what I want. Now when inserting one roof into another, I'll put a wall assembly on one side of this one, and I got the wall, as you can see, at the other on the other side of the other roofs. So I put them together. There might be an issue snapping these on after you put these two together. And remember this guy, let's click him on over here. It was snapped to the wall, but I needed it snapped to the roof in the new position. So now that's fixed. As you'll see, I'll snap this in here. No weird glitchiness going on with this one. I said the other one was weird. So don't worry about that. And when putting these together, I put the floors in, or at least part of them. Put something in there. Going kind of like this. and not that, because I got these three in here, so it should slide together. But that might make things a problem. So I'll just get these out of here. Check everything. Alright, yep, I'm ready. Alright. I'm gonna group select this. Stick this whole thing right in there. Now if you look, when it's red, you'll see how it, if it's crooked, it has like a ripped look across it here and there and stuff. But you can also have it when it turns green. It's harder to see it when it's green, but you'll see. So you can fill in these holes. Now I want it like this. See, you could see the rafters a little bit. That kind of doesn't make sense. That you see rafters, but there's no hole there. So I want to try and move around until those disappear. See, it's green. Now see, the image is not a completely square. The green glow, it means I'm crooked. That image is showing me I'm crooked, so I need to swing the right to me. There we go. I'm pretty close to being straight. It's a little crooked. See how the image went across unevenly? See how it's got that rip look? Can you see it? See the green glow? See right there? Right there on the left? You could have that when it's green too. That would make a unique roof. A little bit, maybe a lot. Or just completely, just do it like this. I'm going to twist it a hair more. Yep, wrong way. As you see, it's all green. Green, green, green. That's how I fixed my damaged roof so rain doesn't come through. Now you see, it's still damaged, but solid. Now we're ready to pick this thing up here. Now we get to finish up the floor. As we had, like I said, as we had some pieces in there to snap to. Go in here. So I didn't speed up all this. I wanted everybody to see it carefully and exactly everything that goes on here. And as you see, I didn't stick the roof inside the other roof all the way. I missed it by about that much. Right, how do we fix it? Oh, just grab this floor, pull it, grab this guy, tug, and see that, yep, that was how much further I needed to go, but oh well, as you see, everything will be okay. So you got this, you gotta make a decision which one you want to do. I'm just gonna grab it, push it right in there. And now this new roof assembly is ready to install. After this point, we're going to need the ghost clipping glitch. And that glitch will be needed to put the roof on this house. And the roof you're looking at is just 5 roof panels with no extension. And here I added a small hip over the doorway. So here's how we make a small hip. Very simple and basic. You don't have to put floors in here, but I'm just going to close this one off. Put some floors in here. And this, what you see here, just really isn't enough. You gotta add another set on here. Then I'll add another set of floors. Now make any adjustments you need to do. And this is ready to get ghost glitched into a house. And now I'll show you the route I run when doing the ghost clipping glitch through Sanctuary here. Meaning just do it the way I show you and no shortcuts. So here I'm going to start off in the northwest corner of Sanctuary. I'll stay on the street for good reason. Stay on the street and keep heading this way. Everything's good. Now at this point you can go straight or you can go off to the left. You got that little bit of room. We're going to put this on this house right there. As you see it start to ghost, I will still keep going, as I've had some issues with ghosting and then turning around and running and having some little stupid issues. So I just run it a little further and wave it around so it's all, well, totally glitched for sure. The ghosting glitch boundary is pretty much a few more feet ahead of me. And if I walk another couple more feet, try to stand in front of that doorway, it's not going to happen. As you can see, I can shove the object I'm glitching with way out there. And it's fine, but if I stand in front of that doorway, it'll begin to render and the glitch will be gone. So as you see, I lined up the center, that post with the center of that hip right there, and that is going to go with the crack in the stairs right there you see to help me line it up. And as you see, my image, my breakthrough image right there is a little crooked, so I can use that to help me straighten it out so it's nice and straight. No one's going to be breaking out a measuring tape and going, "You're off by a quarter inch." So it'll get you really nice and close, and as you keep doing this, you'll get better, and you'll be like, "Yeah, I get it." I hope this makes sense to you. I'm just using the image. The image looks nice and straight one side to the other, and it's even. See, it's not right. So keep coming through and pushing it and twisting it a little to the left and a little to the right. And, now I'm happy with this, and now I'm going to line up, I guess, with the roof shingles. And it's not about from this view, it'll be when you stand back and look at this, it'll be just all lined up. And looks like it was supposed to be made that way. Let's go check it out. It just looks correct. And now you have a roof with a small hip on it. Alright, so large hip is just like building a normal roof. And we're just going to do it with just 4 panels. And it'll fit pretty good and look good in the front. But if you do a quarter extension, that's the right way to do them, and it'll look equally the same in the front and back. I'll show you that a little bit. So now to put a hip. Now I already started off in the southeast corner and then came over here, and the ghost glitching went into effect over there in the northwest corner. Now, putting this hip on this other roof section here. So I'm going to use my image, my breakthrough image, straighten this out. See, it's diagonal. I don't want diagonal. I want nice straight lines. Something about like that. And that's pretty even with the rest of this place. Square. Now I'm running the top edge. Oh, I just went too. I'm trying to line up the two peaks. The glowing green peak, I'm going to try and take it to the edge and then bring it back to the left. Maybe like a half inch, because I want to make sure it's touching. If I go the other way, there'll be a gap. If I go too far to the left, I'll have the roof peak not glowing, poking through the other side when I'm done and I set it. So I'd rather have it a little bit back and down. And that looks totally great like that. So I'm just kind of moving around right now. Now I like that I'm in the right distance, front and back. I like where the peak is, left and right. Now I'm just going to try and set it right at the top here now. And let's check this thing out. That's what I'm talking about. So it's down a little lower than the other peak. You can make yourself nuts about it trying to get it absolutely perfect if you want. I've done it, but I don't prefer to do that anymore all the time for everything. There's some things I go a little further for. Something like this. And I see that in real roofs. They're not exactly the same height, so to me, it's acceptable. So I was making myself nuts trying to get it a little better. Go off and start building something else now. Move on. I guess that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Just don't make yourself nuts over absolute perfection on certain things. But just at first when you're building the wall assembly to produce these roofs. Spend a little time there. But everything else, well, if it's way off, fix it. But if it's within a hair this way and that, that's acceptable. So you can see I got a little quarter extension right there. As you see, it's only showing a little bit. Right now I got 4 roof panels behind it. So that's usually good for some of the houses. And some you might want to go one more to cover the carport. Now placing these roofs, I just use a pillar glitch. As you see, the long post I'm using is in quite a ways. I've already gone and done this a few times, and so I can line up that post inside the house because I get better results sinking these roofs onto these houses with a post on the inside of the house instead of with something, a ladder or scaffolding or anything, or even the pillars outside. And it gets them in. So I can go anywhere I want. Now I've already placed it. So that's already been placed. And now I'm showing you, like, you want to make an adjustment on this after you place it and spend all that time getting it just right. You're like, oh, I want to tear it back off. Well, I stuck a post up there, but I only used the small post. Now I could put one on the other side of the stairs too and have 2. As you see, I use it as a marker to line it back up after I do something and want to put it back. But when I group select, I get everything but that post. It doesn't stick when you group select. It happens with other things too. It's not just today, it's just always. So that's why I use the 2 little ones. Of course, you could use post on the other side so you could have 2 posts to line up. And that's how they're set in. Here's where we go take a look. And the hip was 4 pieces, remember that. Oh. And remember, being 4 pieces, I got it hanging out front really nice. See, you adjust the height to how much debris you want sticking out. You can't get rid of it all. This debris down here kind of looks bad from here. As you see from when we're down there, it only kind of looks like there's some leaves up on the roof. Remember that debris I just showed you? You're looking down from, this looks like this. Here's your roof. It'll look like some leaves up there. But notice the hip, how it's only sticking out a little bit. It looks nice. And then we got this sticking over here off the carport. And got it hanging over the gutter there. But you can move it over and have it so the shingles are halfway over the gutter like a real house would be. The rain would come off the roof and dump right into the gutters. Now when you do these yourself, you'll see how much debris is sticking up when you go up and down, or move a house forward or back. And you determine, you can't get rid of all of it. Sometimes you can. And by raising the roof does it the most. Now see back here, see now that the hip, see the roof, shingles, and edge is sticking through the hip. Now if you extend that hip like a quarter extension, that's totally enough, or more than enough really, but totally good enough if you do quarter extension like I showed with the glass roofs. Just 1/4 of the roof extension. We'll make this hip hang past all these, like the shingle edge there, that roll. Let me get that message off of there. So, and there's a little bit of debris up there. This all kind of hangs over just right with this measurement, which the hip was 4 roof panels, and the roof piece to the left was 4 plus a quarter extension. 4 roof panels plus a quarter extension. Here's what it looks like with me doing a 1/3 extension, as you'll see. See how it looks there in the front? And back here with that 1/3 extension, sticking out a little bit way too far, but that's all taken care of. And that's the end of how we build these roofs for all the houses. And now I'm going to show you a couple different options I have for you when adding floors here for ceilings. And also additionally with overhangs with the wood floors and overhangs with the Vaultec floor trim panels. Alright, to get this going, floor pieces need these wall pieces to snap to start this all off. Once you got them in there, then just attach the floors of your choice. Here I'm just adding now the concrete floors. Here's the wood floors. Here you can see the barn floors have a kind of a white paint on them, so it could be added for white trim. And then the warehouse floors on the right are just dark brown. Now there's also the option of using the Vault-Tec floors. So we'll just pop these. Oh, here, I'll show you something real quick here. This side. The warehouse and barn floors at eye level. And if the Vault-Tec floors are your choice, you're going to at least need to put one wood floor in to connect to the roof to start the ceilings with the Vault-Tec floors. And now I'm going to also add the Vault-Tec floor trim. Just to trim it off with a nice white border and cover up the orange stripes. And that wraps it up for the first option. And for the second option, I already started off with placing the Vault-Tec floors all the way around. Then placing the Vault-Tec floor trim around the whole perimeter of the roof. This way I can have the white trim around the roof and have the wood floors for the overhang. To do that, I got to start off over here, as these floors are finicky with each other. Now I can just delete all these and then add all these floorboards in. And now from here you can just continue pulling these all out and installing the wood floors. And then after this, then I'm going to put the white Vault-Tec floors back in here, giving you the option of having the white ceiling in the house and a wood overhang outside with white trim. Now I'm going to start placing these in here. I need to make sure I line it up on the right ones, because I want to snap to two different floors here, and I want them 3 wide. Now, as you're going to see, that these floors are dropping lower than the other floors when I snap them in place. After this, I'll show you how to adjust the height of those, as all these houses are built differently. The way you set the roofs on is different heights, and with the ceiling set right here, some look good and some are sitting at a different height, and you might want to adjust them, and I'll show you how to do that after I show you these. As you can see, these floors are leaving orange stripes, so I just snap these in here to cover all the bases when I set this on, because you might see these orange stripes in a doorway or sticking off here or there. I just do them all right now, cover all of it. And that's how this assembly is done. And to finish this whole thing off, we're going to complete this roof assembly with some walls. And remember, these could be built at Sanctuary and any other place in the Commonwealth, Nuke World, Bar Harbor. But definitely beautiful roofs for Sanctuary Hills and more. No mods. And there's your complete new roof assembly with ceilings, overhangs, and white trim. And now real quick, I'll show you how to adjust these ceilings to your preference based upon what you like and don't like when you're placing these on houses. Here at Sanctuary. Here I pulled away the pieces to expose the floor I need to snap to, and then aligned that floor piece to it, and then grabbed that one and snapped it to it. That's the one I'm going to use to adjust it. Snap the post on, remove this floor piece, put it over here, and now I'm just going to select the post. No glitch, just select it, pull it straight down, then reattach the floor. And from here, then I'll just adjust these all down. Real simple. Now, of course, when doing this, I'll pull these down and go set it on a house and see what it looks like. And if you like it, then I'll finish up by putting the walls on. But if not, then I'll bring it back over here, do another adjustment, bring them down till I got the ceilings where I want with the roof sitting on the house the way I want. This is kind of complex, but it's very, very simple. And of course here, to cover up the orange stripes, I'm going to add the Vaultec floor trim. And if this is what you're happy with, then you finish up right here, move your floor pieces over, and then add the walls. And they'll be ready to go. And next I'm going to show you how to fix the gap in the floors, or your ceiling, after extending the roofs. Very simple, quick fix. As you see here, I did 5 roof panels, plus a little extension. Pretty much about 1/3, more than a quarter. And this is the gap that came from extending this roof. Now what I'm going to do is, if I fix this, I'm going to bring the fix, these floor pieces are going to overlap each other, so I'm going to bring the overlap to where the walls are and make it nice inside. And doing it this way, you pretty much probably won't see these overlapped. Here, I'll show you. So I'll leave it like this. Since I got that floor piece next to me to the right, I could put whole piece, half floor, quarter floor. Choice is up to you, which way you want them to go. I'm just going to shove a half floor in there. Now that overlap is closer to this edge out here. And they went in pretty easy, but I'm showing you right now, if you have any trouble getting them in, again, just kind of remember, take it nice and easy. Remember where you're standing and looking. As it was flopping all over, and this one just went in, and this one just went in, but if it doesn't, it can be fixed just by pushing forward, pulling back, sometimes even lifting up and down. That's something I guess to try and remember anytime you're building. Just if you're having difficulties with stuff, try standing in a different spot, looking at it differently, up, down, pulling back or forward. It helps with a lot of things. It helps me with a lot of things I'm building, as you see with this too. Here I'm going to place the next one straight down below it, right where it should be, where I think it should be. I'm going to stick it down and then lift it right back up, and it will line up. And that's how we build these new roofs and ceilings for these houses at Sanctuary. And now I'll wrap this video up with a short video clip tour of the player house with the new roof and the ceilings inside at the lowest setting. Thank you for taking the time to watch this. I hope it was helpful and useful to you and many more. If you did like this, please, if you can, help this video get out by hitting the like button, sharing this, comments. Give me some feedback. Is this going to be hard, difficult? You had no problem doing this? I'd like to know. And if you do have questions and problems, I can also wrap it up with answers, the comments, or even possibly making a video to work through it. Alright, thanks again. You guys have fun. Take care. See you again soon. Beautiful roofs for sanctuary hills and more. No mods. From Hellraiser. Goodbye to ugly roofs. And hello to beautiful roofs for sanctuary hills and more. No mods. From Hellraiser. At Hellraiser's Fallout 4 shelter.